What's up? I'm live. Sorry, everybody, that I was a little bit late. A lot late. I'm up in sunny California, out here for a very, very special person's or two people's wedding today, tomorrow. You know who it is. So I am actually running late, as always. So I hope you don't mind me fixing my tie while I'm talking to you. Now, what is today? Today we're going to be answering questions. So start shooting your questions to me right now, and I'm going to start answering them. In between that time, while you're shooting your questions to me, what's up, Jordan? How you doing? I'm going to be also. Let me talk about some stuff here. First of all, I want to dedicate this Power Broke broadcast to my guys at Veridesk who hooked my office up with the desk that you can basically adjust any height, and you can stand at all day, so you aren't going to necessarily be all depressed because you're sitting in your seat all day. And of course, Allen air purifiers, they're amazing. We're all breathing much better, especially after all that nasty construction we had going on. So what's up? Hey, Asian Ginger, how you doing? I see you out there. Right there, and thank you for coming to the Apple Store where I was talking about Starkey and hearing technology earlier this week. Man, I cannot get my tie on straight. And you know what, by the way, I'm going to start off with telling you about a person that I was on season number 1 named Gayla Bentley. Gayla Bentley was making women, or still makes clothes for full-figured women, and Barbara and I invested in her. And, later on, I didn't heard from her after I gave her a portion of the money to start the brand up, and I actually ran into Gayla Bentley. She looked for me, and I'm gonna tell you, everybody can learn off the story, and this is why I'm telling you the story. Last week in Houston, we ran into each other, and after I didn't hear from her, and I figured my money was gone. I didn't think that she abused the money. I figured, business happens and things go wrong, and/or she just didn't have the capital. So I never chased her for it, because what am I going to say? Hey, where's my money? Here's where my money, and put her in a bad position where she has to keep making excuses for it. And then my person who was vetting my deals, I know his birthday was just the other day. God bless the dead. His name is David Freshman. He was a really amazing individual, and we lost him. I think 2 years ago or a year ago, something of that nature. This feels like forever. He had passed away, and when I found out, when I talked to Gayla Bentley the other day, initially when people asked me about her, what's going on with her, or what's your worst investment on Shark Tank, I always said Gayla Bentley. I'll tell you why I said it. Because I put the money up, I never got the money back, but I never even got a call back. It's not that you lose money that's the worst investment in Shark Tank, because you don't even get a call back. I find out later on that the people that I had connected her with through people who were manufacturers, they ended up abusing and basically, stealing her money and many other people's money, and I had put her with those people. Now, what does that say about me? Well, I knew the person decently well, and I vetted the person out. So did she, and so did everybody else. But you can't necessarily trust. Are we back? Can you guys hear me? Because this thing should have cut off. All right. You can't trust everybody in the business, and people go through things. This person was a well-known person in the business for 20 years. I vetted this person, and they ended up abusing and taking advantage of her, and I never knew about it. She thought she was getting messages to me, but I never knew about that. So this is how business is done. It's not always rosy and cheery, and I want to make sure that everybody knows that after I met with Gayla Bentley, I found out and told and went and researched what she told me, and she was absolutely accurate. So I never want anybody out there who heard in the past that I said it was my worst investment. I didn't say she stole the money, but it was still my worst investment. I never want people to think that that is actually true, because everything is cleared up. So let's clear her name. All right, now let's go. And I want to hear your questions, because just like my man Gary V does, where he says Ask Gary V, I want to keep these live broadcasts always consistent, and I haven't been able to do in the last 2 weeks. I've been really crazy. You see that I have a brand new little baby girl, a 4-month-old baby girl, and I'm not getting much sleep, and I was only getting 3-4 hours now. Forget about it. And I'm still on the road heavy. I'm on this Miller Lite Tap the Future tour. It's been amazing. We hit 6 cities. We hit already 4 cities. The first city, a female, won with a brewery. She won the first $20,000. The second city, 2 females won $20,000 together. They were one group, and they were females who were basically Cosmo something where they were training people how to use the proper brushes and everything else, and they had a really great brand. And the last city, a guy who does genealogy, and I'm sorry I forgot the person who was in the third city. We have two more cities to go. We have Chicago, we're going to be at this week, and we have LA the following week. I'm also going to be doing a power book signing in Boston this next coming weekend. So, all right, I just shouted out a lot of things going on. Thank you for saying congratulations, Nathan, Alicia, Stephanie. Thank you. She is really beautiful. Thank you. I appreciate that, Laura, and Robert, and everybody else. All right. All right, somebody just asked me a question. I'm in high school. How can I start a business and make a profit? Well, that's a very broad question. So first of all, what do you want to do? And can you attract everybody on social media with some kind of following, whether you are a chef or somebody who is training people, or you're making T-shirts, and find your audience and try to start selling them? That's a very general answer for a general question. Let's see, Jake, thank you, and thank you for your time. What's a great success story that you will never forget? Oh my God, there are so many of these success stories that I'll never forget. Let me see. Why don't we talk about Little Mo's Bowls from Shark Tank? The little boy comes on the show with his mom, and they sit there and they're making these bow ties out of their home. And now Little Mo was a correspondent for the NBA for the draft, and he's selling a bunch of goods to Neiman Marcus and everybody else. But there's a million amazing stories. Josh, my dad wore FUBU hat hunting one time. I love it. All right, let's see what else I got to talk about over there. Oh, by the way, I hope you saw last night or Friday night, What Would You Do? I shot that about 3 years ago, where I was trying to do a show called Shopping While Black. I hope many people saw that show, and it was actually a moving experience. And this Sunday, I am going to be on Pyramid, going against the witch herself, Barbara Corcoran, the evil one. Yes, Voldemort. I'm going against Barbara. Why don't you see who wins out of Barbara and I? And I love her to death, and that's why we're going to have a lot of fun. What I love about Pyramid is Michael Strahan really is a good host, and you're going to have a lot of fun when you watch myself go against Barbara. All right, Michael, I think, Michael, let me see, is that Michael? Michael wants to know, when is my last, let me see, sorry. All right, your question is, I have a manufacturing meeting at MCM. Manufacturing meeting, nope, I'm sorry guys, I'm looking through all these. I'm trying to give you some answers. Let's see. Oh, by the way, if you put just like J. Conrad Grant, shout out to you. If you put a hashtag Power Broke on Instagram and Twitter, or you use it as your avatar, I will shout you out and I will answer any of your questions first, just like J. Conrad Grant. Thank you. You said, what's the next book looking like, J. Conrad Grant? The next book I am coming up with, it is what do you do after you have the mentality of the power of broke in your mind? What are the next steps, the actual blueprints, how to go step by step by step? You see, power broke was trying to break your psychic about you need money to make money and all that other stuff. Now, what is the everyday step by step? The best way to basically break this down is Power Broke was giving you the fundamentals to cooking as a chef, like how you cannot eat chicken raw, or how do you seal and sear meat, or sushi, whatever the case is. And then the next book is going to be the actual recipes on how to go step by step by reconnect. Trying to reconnect. Okay, are we reconnecting again? Okay, it looks like we're back on. Cha-Cha Harrington has that Power Broke avatar in there. Cha-Cha Harrington, what's happening? All right. Let's see. Let me go through some more questions. Enjoy your dinner after Pyramid. Everyone's sorry, everybody. I'm having bad connections here. I'm really sorry. I'm trying. I'm going in and out. If I fall off, I'm going to have to reset and go into the Wi-Fi. I'm out here in a hotel as always. Let me see. Thanks for the invitation. I enjoy it, but don't count on me out yet. I'm waiting on my prototype. I'm looking for people's questions here. Sorry, everybody, while it's taking me a little while. Let me see anything else I can shout out while I see some good things here. Oh, by the way, every single Monday I'm going to put up stuff on my store on DaymondJohn.com, and they're only going to see them until the following Tuesday. I mean, they're only going to be on there for about 24 hours, whether you buy 1 or 50, it doesn't matter. They're all going to be cool stuff. Angel investors. Somebody just wrote, Matthew Gregg's Angel Investors. Okay. Angel investors are amazing, but when you seek angel investors, really ask them what is it in it for them. Oh, How many people out here hear me? I'm sorry because it keeps saying that I'm running out of. All right, sorry. Going talking about angel investors. Be very careful though when you go after angel investors because you need to know what's in it for them. Why are they doing it? Are they doing it because they want to return on their money? Are they doing it because they like the cause and what you're doing? Are they doing it because maybe they feel that you're changing the world and doing it in some way? Because can you go to them not only for money but for mentorship and connections? It's very, very important. Also, don't take in money too soon. Just because an angel investor is dangling something in your face, you may have a really good idea. And I'm sorry if some of you heard this before, and I don't mean to be repetitive. Actually, I'm going to try to move this. I'm going to try to move this closer, so I keep picking up the Wi-Fi and I'll tell. But all right, there you go. I always say this, but don't take in money too soon because somebody's dangling something in your face. That means maybe you have a really good idea. And if you have a really good idea, what happens if you give somebody gives you $100,000 for 50%? What happens if you have to go out there after that and you get all the way up to $1 million and now you have to raise another $500,000? The person who already has 50% of your company is not going to give up any of theirs, so you have to give up some of yours, and all of a sudden you find yourself working for somebody else again. And the whole reason you started the company was either to create change or so you don't have to work with somebody, and then all of a sudden you are pissed off and you're tired and you're answering to somebody else who just sits home and makes money. Be very careful about taking in capital too soon. Please do not do it. Make all your mistakes small. Fail while you're small. If you fail while you're small, they say it's affordable steps. If you fail while you're small, a couple of things happen. First of all, you solve or you have all the problems that you face when you're small, so when you're big, you don't face the same problems because you figured it out. Number two is also when you're small, people are around you generally because they like what you're doing and they're part of what you're doing, not because you're paying them a lot of money. Also, if you fail when you're small, then you can come back from that and you can create other businesses. Don't go ahead and leverage everything and spend $200,000 and bust open your 401k, and all of a sudden you have 7 years of bad credit. Your wife or your husband's not talking to you. Your kids can't go to college anymore, and people don't believe in you no more because you did something and you gambled too much. You don't start off at the poker table or at the blackjack table at the $1,000 a hand table. You always start off at the $5 a hand. That's how you got to learn how to do that. All right. Somebody says, "Can we talk politics?" I cannot talk politics. I'm not talking politics. Let me see. Forgot you said there was good profit margin. I forgot what you said. Was there good profit margin? Was it 60%? I'm sorry, I don't understand the question. But basically, if you do want to ask about profit margins, you should always go on 50 and over percentage of margin. And how is 50% and over? Basically, how do we analyze that? Well, here's how you do it. If you make a garment or make anything for $50 and you sell it to the store at $100, you are working off a 50% margin because out of $100, 50% of it is the margin. Now, you can really attribute a lot to the 50% because you're not going to clear 50%. Think about it like this. Your lights and staff can be 20%, right? Your rent could be, 5%, and your advertising can be 5%. So maybe right there you're going to clear 20%. You're going to net 20%. All right. So that's some ways to think about percentages. All right. Let's go into Chance. Real estate. Chance wants to know, is real estate a good investment right now? I do not know. I have never been good at real estate. I'll be very, very honest. I am not good at everything. Many people that I know say that we are heading for another crash right now. I know that if you go and look around, I know that whether you're moving from apartments or whatever the case is, there's a lot of inventory out there. '08, a lot of people who were building these huge buildings lost their shirts. So what happened? We started to come back around 12, 13, 14. We really started coming back. They started putting these buildings back up. So I live in New York City, and every other block there is another large building. That means there's a lot of inventory on the market. So if you were looking to buy something right now, there's a lot of competition competition out there, that means you can probably have more choices to buy more stuff. But with all these buildings coming onto the market, starting to look at how many certificates or how many codes and how many people are submitting to build right now. I think we're gonna see another dip in the market in about a year to 2 years. So if you're thinking about buying something right now, from the experts I know, not myself, I am not an expert in this area, they say you should hold on because in about a year, 2 years, you're gonna be able to get it at probably about 40% off. All right, let's see who else is out there. Is the school system, Antonio TD, is the school system worth it for entrepreneurs, or should you work on building your business at a young age, teenage years? I think you should work at building a business from a young age, but I do think that the school system is worth it, especially higher education. I'll explain to you why. First of all, higher education gives you discipline. Number two is I almost made various mistakes and lost almost everything various times. Number one, I closed Fubu down 3 times from 89 to 1992 because I ran out of capital. I didn't have financial intelligence, but I ran out of just $5,000, $2,000, $10,000. Then when I did get that big loan that I always talk about, the $100,000, on my home, I turned around and almost lost my home because I didn't have financial intelligence. And this is all the stuff that you learn in school when you study business and accounting and things like that. Then when I did make a lot of money, I blew a lot of money, and it wasn't on jewelry and diamonds and things of that nature. It was basically on what I thought was a good business. So I would sit there and go and buy, maybe 2 houses. I would say, oh, the house is only $1 million, right? But you know what I didn't think about? I didn't think about furnishing the house, taxes, and things of that nature. I would go and buy stuff in the stock market at a high, and then when it dipped down, I was so afraid because I had an argument, say $100 in it, and now it was $20 in it. Then all of a sudden I'd pull out. Let's look at the anatomy of, say, a basketball player. A basketball player, everybody says, well, how did you go out of 100 trying to reconnect? We're back on. We're back on, everybody. Let me see. 1 second. Let me see. All right, are we back on? All right, we're back on. All right, so let's look at the anatomy of athlete anatomy of a bankruptcy. An athlete bankrupt 3 years outside the league. Somebody says, well, he had $100 million. All right, well, let's talk about $100 million. When you get $100 million, all of a sudden, about 15% of that goes towards your agents and your managers, if you're lucky. All right, so now your $100 million is $85 million, or maybe let's say $85 million. Then all of a sudden, Uncle Sam takes their portion of that $85 million. Let's say Uncle Sam takes $30 million of the $85 million. If you're not spending your money wisely, it probably will take more than that. So now all of a sudden you have $55 million, right? Out of the $55 million, you spend over that $55 million, you buy, over the course of your 10 years in the league, you buy 3 houses at $2 million a piece because you moved to a couple of cities, right? So now your 55 is now down to about 49, and then you furnish each one of those houses for about $1.5 million, and now you're down to approximately 45 probably, right? Now all of a sudden, you buy a couple of cars and everything else, you're 45 in jewelry, and you start buying private, of course. Your 45 goes down to 35. You put some money in the stock market, it goes down, and/or you buy a couple of buildings, and then you also open up some businesses with your friend and your cousin who wants to own a modeling agency. Do not go through a divorce. Before you know it, every time you bought those buildings in the stock market, but because your career stopped, you have to keep funding that because maybe the buildings are not taken care of and the taxes and everything else, you're damn near out of your money. That's the anatomy of a bankruptcy. Be careful out there. All right, let's see. What else do we have out there? Let me see what other things I should shout out. Oh, by the way, make sure you follow me on my Snapchat at the Shark Daymond. And the most important thing that we are still looking for is, I addressed some of this craziness going on in our city, in our country, in our world about 2 weeks ago, and we are still looking for people to submit to Daymond at DaymondJohn.com, any kind of technology and or ideas that you feel would help us in this crazy time with all this, the violence and things like that about against everybody. We've gotten some submissions, but everything was just ideas. I really don't need just ideas. I need people who have been working on any kind of technology, software products, whatever the case is, that really can help us. Ideas are great, and I do love them, but we have ideas ourselves that we're trying to implement, and it's very hard to basically just chase any idea. We just do not have the time to do that. So please, can you try to give us something with a little more meat on the bones so we can help you. I want to make sure that I give the proper shout outs to all my Power of Broke people. So please bear with me because you know who you are. On Facebook, Tavon Monroe, Everett Jones, Lydia Stutzman, Jen Faden, Tanisha Poiter, thank you for the avatar and things of that nature. On Instagram, Amiko Chiricho, On Point Hair, Paper, Dip San Pacis, I'm sorry. I'm dyslexic, guys. What's going on? Inu Kamara, Flat Screen Clean, I can read that. And on Twitter, Naturally Bear, James Rashad, Social Muse, James Fisher Jr., 3 Chosen 1 2. Power Broke, I'm going to be out in Boston. By the way, I'm not on a book tour, but if you guys want to send me the cities that you would like me to come to with my Power Broke book signings, I will. I basically, when I know that I'm in a city doing something else, I set up a book signing at those stores, and I go out there and I say what's up to everybody. Thank you, everybody. Now you can hashtag the Power Broke, and I'll shout you out. Matthew Brown, Wi-Fi Cod, thank you. If you hashtag the Power Broke right now, I will shout you out. Matthew Underwood, recommended reads, Power of Positive Thinking. I'm not sure if you're asking me recommended reads or you're telling me, but I will tell you about some recommended reads. And I'm sorry if everybody's heard these things, but really amazing books that I've read is Gary Vaynerchuk, Jab, 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 Right Hook, that helps you in regards to social media. Ryan Dice, The Invisible Selling Machine. Of course, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Who Moved My Cheese, Blue Ocean Strategy, The Greatest Salesman in Babylon. Those are all great books. Tori Walker, thank you. Yolanda Melendez, thank you. Mike La Monaca, got it. CT Union, I think. Sharon Dixon, what's up? Frank Ramos, what's up? Derek O'Brien, thank you for putting Power Broke right there. Horace Winch, I think. Frank Lopez, Thomas Morrison, what's happening? All right, I'm going to answer one more question. Now I have to get out of here because it's getting dark out here, and I am going to be late. Robert Aratari, Dan Bazis, Crunch Daddy Popcorn, Tay Taylor. I think I see my avatar right there. Jarrell Armour, is that you with the avatar? Power Broke, you are the best. Jamar Amor, Jarrell Amor, thank you. Amor, yeah, I got that. All right, my brother and team figured out how to solve that problem. If your brother, Elena Gonzalez, if your brother figured out how to solve that problem, please send that over to Daymond at DaymondJohn.com. Tanisha Porter, thank you again. Thanks for sharing. Of course, I'll always share information with you, Tanisha Porter. You have my book up there in your avatar. And Robert Aratari, I think my book's up in your avatar too. Thank you as well. The avatars are very small. You know I'm getting old, so. All right, Anna A. Smith. Come on, anybody has some questions for me? I'm shouting you out, but I need some more questions because I want everybody to learn from this. Ben Calger, Tony, Terry. And I'm sorry, everybody, that I didn't have any specific topic to talk about today because I just wanted to make sure that I give the consistency of always being on here. Mason Mooney, shout you out. But I also want you guys to tell me right now, I'm thinking about doing these every single week so there's consistency. What day of the week should I do my Power of Broke broadcast? And there'll be a different topic. Should I do it during the week or during the weekend? And if you do tell me when it is during the week or during the weekend, should I do it at morning, at noon, or at night? So answer during the week or during the weekend, morning, noon, and night. That will be helpful. I'm thinking Sunday night every night around 9 o'clock. 8 o'clock, so everybody kind of gets energized and goes, goes to work really excited and enriched. All right, somebody says Saturday. Matthew, you think Saturday night? Come on, man. Don't you aren't you out there partying Saturday night, baby? Come on. Aren't you out there watching Ice Age 3? Come on. Monday. Everybody wants Monday, Sunday. David wants Monday. All right, Paul, weekend, Saturday night. Everybody wants Saturday night. All right, everybody's saying nighttime. I like that. Ray, come on now. You know I'm not doing that one. All right, anyway, everybody, thank you. I'm about to hop off. Sunday night from Noah and Monica. I like Sunday night. Jacqueline, Sunday night. Vanessa, Friday. Joven, Sunday night, Sunday evenings. All right, I like that. You know why I think everybody's saying Sunday if you really think about it? Because it's Sunday right now and you're on here checking me out. That's what it is. Shout out to Sunday. Where's my jacket at? All right, everybody. So catch me on Pyramid on... It's not Sunday night. It's Saturday night, is it? You know what? I don't know where I'm at anymore. Catch me tomorrow on Pyramid. Shout out to Saturday. And I'll see you in Boston. Don't forget, Power Rope. Put the avatar up. I'll shout you out. Also, you can always please send me any kind of technology and or ideas, business ideas to Daymond at DaymondJohn.com when I'm talking about to hopefully reduce the loss of life in our streets, anything like that. I did share with everybody that amazing, and I'm going to look it up right now, that amazing app that helps helps the police find human traffickers. What was it called? I'm going to try to find it in a minute. And hopefully everybody heard about that. This thing to help find human traffickers. 1 second. Oh, geez, where is it now? I'll put the link up if needed because I cannot find it now. I just used it a minute ago. It's just so you know, if you want to look it up, because I can't find the name right now, and I don't want you guys to just watch me looking at my camera the whole time. But it's an app where you go into a hotel room, you take a picture of the hotel room, and you upload it on the app, and what happens is the police and law enforcement, they look at it, and what it does is recognize hotel rooms, and when people bring in children, females, males, whatever the case is, they're human trafficking, they usually take pictures of them in hotel rooms, and it matches the hotel room from the wallpaper to the drapes to the furniture, and it alerts and it sends it over to a database where the authorities can go after some of these amazingly disgusting people out in the world who are thriving on kids and females and things of that nature. So it is that's the app, and if I can't find it right now, all you got to do is just Google app shoots pictures, hotel room stops human trafficking. It comes right up. You know what? I'm not even going to wait for you to do it. I'm just going to do that myself. Watch this. Oh, by the way, did everybody see the sling that I have? I put it up for sale. I'm not sure. I use it all the time. You see, it saves my carpet tunnel like that. And so here's a good way to save carpet tunnel, because I don't know how many of you type as much as I do. But a couple of things to do. First of all, get the sling. You can run with it too. You can lay in the bed and watch TV, right? Watch TV and do this. You will never, ever, ever, ever have a phone without the sling again. By the way, the ones who have the metal ones, you can get caught and pull your finger and break your finger. But also another way that you can help reduce your carpal tunnel, because we're all getting it now, is to hit your microphone. Hit your microphone when you're saying things and do that. So let me see. App to reduce human trafficking. Pictures of hotel rooms. Look at that. Go. You see how much I just saved? And it is called, boom. What's the name of the app? What's it? Traffic Cam. Ha ha. Got it. Traffic Cam. TRAFFICKCAM. Download that app. All right, everybody. Wishing everybody a happy Saturday night. It may even be Sunday night, but I travel so much I don't have any idea what I'm doing. Thank you for supporting the Power of Broke. Thank you for supporting myself, Shark Tank, and all that good stuff. Thank you, all you entrepreneurs out there in the world. I know many of you think that you're not doing much, but think about it like this. I believe there's 27 or 28 million businesses, small businesses, and that makes up 50% of our country's economy, and I think 90% of those small businesses are 1 and 2 people businesses. So if you think you're not doing much, you're doing everything for us, right? It's those people that own a barbershop, those people who are massage therapists, those people who go and plumbers who go fix your house. It's every single person out there is extremely, extremely important, and I value you, and thank you for always supporting me as I will support you back. Have a great night. Thank you.